Hello everyone, welcome back to Pilates with Mity. I have created for you today a short video with a few exercises to stretch the hamstrings. They get very tight, especially if you're sitting for a long amount of time, maybe if you're in home office. So that's why I have a few props with me today that they will help us to stretch. And there are a few things that we have in our home. So for example, we're gonna start with our chair. So we're going to start. We take a chair, or if that's too high, you can find something that is a little bit shorter, and you can help yourself maybe next to a wall, or also if you're short in balance, we can also try to use something like this, like a stick, to help us to balance. And we're going to start by positioning one leg on top of the chair. We try to flex the foot. If you don't manage, maybe you even position it on the chair. And we're going to start by hinging forward, maybe with the help of our stick. And we try to keep the back nice and long. We want to hold the position for at least 30 seconds. So really feel your hamstrings stretching into the back. If that's not too painful, you can even hinge a little bit more, always making sure that you're lengthening your spine and not rounding it. So we want to build up some space in the lower back. We're going to hold the position just a bit longer here. We take nice deep breaths in and out. Nice, and from here we're going to come back up for a moment. We're going to take a short break and then we're going to repeat again. So from here we're going to hinge forward again, flexing the foot, keeping the spine nice and long, maybe holding on to our stick or the wall if you have a wall next to you. Try to keep the position for at least 30 seconds. 30 seconds to 1 minute should be fine. And from here, nice and slowly, we're going to try to come back all the way up. We're going to test now our other leg. So we position it down. We can exchange our stick to be more stable. Just like we did before, we flex the foot, maybe with the help of our chair, and we are hinging to the front. Just like we did before, we want to keep it at least 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute if we can, also depending on the time available that day. We take a few deep breaths in and out. Try to avoid holding your breath, especially when you're stretching. Keep on lengthening your spine without rounding it long. And from here, why don't we take a short break? We can climb up. We take a short break here. And we're going to repeat it again. So from here, let's hinge forward. And with the help of our stick, we're going to balance. Take a few deep breaths. Remember to flex your foot as much as you can to really lengthen all the back of your leg. Keep on lengthening the spine. We hold the core strong. And from here, why don't we simply come back up again, and we can forget about our chair for a moment. So I'm going to move it out of the way. Now from here, why don't we just simply roll down, starting from the top of our head, the neck, the shoulders. We're going to reach down. If it's painful, we can bend the knees. And from this position, we're going to simply position one knee after the other one down on the floor. Here we are again with our famous stick. It's going to help us again to balance. So from here, if you have a stick or a wall, is kind of the same, we're going to take a big step forward with one leg. We're going to hinge with the pelvis to the back, stretching the leg and flexing the foot, just like we did before on the chair. And we hinge forward with the help of our stick. Once again, keeping the spine nice and long. Take a few deep breaths. We want to hold again the position at least for 30 seconds. Keep on lengthening your spine forward. From here, with the help of our stick, we're going to climb up for a moment. We're going to repeat it one more time. So we're going to hinge forward after a short break. Remember, lengthen your spine, keeping the core strong. Avoid rounding your spine, but try to feel a bit of space in your lower back. Remember, if it's too painful, you can still climb up in your stick. Just remember to keep your spine nice and long. And of course, if after a while it's not too painful, you can go down just a bit more. And from here, we're going to climb our stick back again, and we're going to change the side. So we position the stick in the opposite side so that we can counterbalance. We flex the foot, we stretch the front leg, and we hinge forward, lengthening the spine, flexing the foot as much as we can so that we can really lengthen the hamstrings in the back. Take a few deep breaths here. From here, we want to come back all the way up for a short break. We're going to repeat that again. So whenever you're ready, we hinge again forward. We take a few deep breaths here. Remember, if that's too painful and if you feel any cramps at all, you can come back up a little. You should feel some nice stretch, but not any sharp pain. And from here, we're going to simply come back up again. We're going to collect our leg and forget about our stick for a moment. Another props that I would like to use now is a TheraBand, but whatever you have at home, even a belt, that's also fine. Just something that you can wrap around your foot. So from here, we're going to roll down carefully on the spine. We're going to take the TheraBand or the belt or whatever you have, and we're going to wrap it around our foot. Now from here, we're going to stretch our leg, and we're going to hold the position here. If it's too painful, you can bring the leg maybe a little bit lower. This should help releasing a bit of the pain. Or if you realize that that's not too bad, you can bring slightly the leg up. Always remembering that the pelvis is on the floor and that we're in a neutral spine. So we have a bit of space between the lower back and our mat, more or less like a hand. We could slide underneath a hand. Try to avoid rounding the back and lifting the pelvis up, yeah? So we want to relax down. We're going to hold the stretch for a few more seconds. And from here we can release for a moment. We're going to do it one more time with this leg. So let's stretch again. Like I said before, if that's too painful vertically, you can bring it a little bit lower depending on you and depending on how much you can keep your neutral spine. Ideally it would be 30 seconds. Even a minute is fine. And whenever you're done with your 30 seconds, we can change the foot. And we repeat on the other side. So we're going to stretch. And we want to flex the foot, keeping the neutral spine, taking a few deep breaths. Here, why don't we let go for a moment? We take a short break and we're going to do it again. So we're going to stretch the leg. Remember to keep the neutral spine. If that's not painful, we can bring it a little bit more up. Or if that's too painful, you can always feel free to lower your leg down again. And from here, we're going to release the position. We can let go of our TheraBand or our belt. We grab the back of the knee, we lift the head and the shoulders off the floor, and we push with the knee to roll up safe and sound. Now from here, quickly rotate on all fours. We're going to flex the feet in the back, and we're going to stretch the knees. Take a moment here. Feel the back of your legs lengthening and stretching, shoulders down. From this position, why don't we walk carefully with our feet a bit closer towards our hands? We can leave the knees relaxed and soft. Now, taking a deep breath in, we're going to stretch our right leg and rotate towards the right side, opening the right arm all the way up. We can take a moment here, take a few deep breaths. Carefully come back to the center. Both knees are bent here. And now we want to stretch the left knee, rotating towards the left side, bringing the left arm up to the ceiling and taking a few deep breaths. And carefully we can come back to the center. From here, bend both of your knees, and we can try to stretch the knees.
and gently, whenever you're ready, we can gently bend them again, and we try again. We're going to stretch both of our knees, and we're going to bend them one last time. Stretch both of your knees, and breathing out, we're going to bend them. Now from here, we're going to carefully start to unroll the spine all the way up until we find our standing position.
Good. And we're done with our very short few exercises. I know it was quite compact, but I was thinking maybe you can add it to some other classes, or you can just simply include it into your daily life, especially if you have a home office kind of job or if you sit down for a long time. I really think that these exercises can be helpful for you. I wish to see you in my next class. Thank you for supporting me. Ciao, ciao!